So welcome to the guided meditation and stress management program. Our goal is to help you achieve well-being, optimum level of well-being, manage your pain. So in that pain, we include anxiety, stress, conflict, problem, suffering, and also learn the ways to awaken to inner peace and happiness. There is a disclaimer because the program is online, so disclaimer, it includes this disclaimer. You can go to my website and read that disclaimer. You see that, Marina? That is how we have to conduct our programs. Yeah?
Yes.
So you're going to be a teacher, Rodney. Every time you should one or the other way. Or if you
say on your website?
So on the disclaimer, if you look at it, details in that you're attending this program, you're learning and understanding, but it has to be done under the supervision. You have to explain all your conditions, the state of your health. So we don't say that, we don't interfere in any medical prescription or indication. Well, that's a lot of things. So we have designed this program based on the Upanishad, one of the ancient texts, which is known as Yoga Shikha Upanishads. So today I was looking at it. So I said, it's chakra meditation. Yes. So it's, when I say chakra meditation, it's also a way to awakening. What is chakra? The Sanskrit word chakra means wheel. How many wheels of a car that we have? We have the wheels of a car. You're driving the car and it passes over the mud. And then what happens? So that mud constantly overlaps the entire wheel and the wheel becomes dirty. What the wheel represents? The wheel also represents a continuation. That is a wheel. Now it is the top end of the wheel and moves down, then it goes down. And again, it goes up. And don't you see that? First thing that we need to understand, the symbols. Symbolic expression of, we are very good in symbolic expressions. The Indian traditions are the best. They always talk in symbols. So when people try to grasp this chakra, it means that there is a psychic, they start imagination. They start with an imagination, they create a false imagination and hallucinations. So think of a wheel of a car that you are driving. It is constantly. So what happens? There is a wheel of consciousness. It alternates between dream, sleep, waking state. Look at our life. We are awake, we sleep, we dream all the time. It is continuous. It is continuous. Sometimes the dream, there is no dream. Sometimes there is no sleep. You see that? Sometimes there is no sleep. And sometimes there is a more sleep. So you can see that wheel of the consciousness has three spikes, three spokes. Dream, sleep, and waking state. And the center is the fourth state of the consciousness. That is never polluted. That center remains the same. Everything undergoes a change, the sleep, dream, and awake. So when we talk about that, me, there are four states of the consciousness, and the fourth state is the best. It has no stress, it has no worries, it has no anxiety, it has no problem. You can live into that state of consciousness. So when you live into the fourth state of consciousness, which is the center of the wheel, you are in meditation. You not to live into that state. What prevents? You see that another symbolic expression is given in Patanjali regarding all the modifications of the mind. All the modifications of the mind are known as vrittis. Yoga, nirodha. Yoga is the emptying the mind of its contents, and that contents, the Sanskrit word vritti means circle. We are a pre-recorded DVD. That's why we don't become fresh. That's why we are tired. Neither you should give stress to anybody, nor you take stress from anybody. That is, now what is that circle? Vritti. So the science of yoga, or the Patanjali says that this mind alternates between the 5 different states. Wandering state, sometimes you're wandering, sometimes you are forgetfulness, sometimes we move into anxiety, sometimes we move into memory lane, moving into the past, goes into the future. So you see that if you look back even your last week, what happened? You will realize that something, your mind went into the past, it planned for the future, it was worried now, it became happy the next moment. So how they can be related? One is mental 5 states that alternates, and the other is the wheel, the 4 states of the consciousness. So we want to go to the center. Mind pulls us out of the center. Why? Because the mind is the master. Mind claims that I'm the master. So I'll make you anxious, you become anxious. I make you crazy, you become crazy. So how to relate these two? So mind creates a veil between the 4th state of the consciousness and you. We are the 4th state of the consciousness. So what we have to do? If the car breaks in or the wheel punctures, then what we do? Go to the service station. So mind has to be serviced. Simple. Mind must go to the service station. So the more when it goes to the service station, then what happens? There is a clarity. You start moving from a wrong perception to a right perception. Is there any reason to be anxious? No. One cleaning is done. Look at it. Is there any need to have a lot of thoughts from the past? One guy, he, at least every week, he was constantly talking about his past. And at least for 10 minutes he used to spend with me as my private student. I want to know, Girish, that at the age of 40, I was so good. I was full of energy. He is around 62, 63 years old. And still he posed me. But how come that I have got anxiety? There was no anxiety at all until the age of 50. But now I always think, I go into the car and I feel that I'm scared of the car. This is how the mind is moving. So there is a fear. So fear is one of the attributes, one of the qualities of the mind. So what we should be doing, question is, First thing that you clean your mind. How you clean your mind? Move the mind inside. And once you move the mind inside, you start going beyond the three states, the waking state, the sleep state, and the dream state. But what is extraordinarily important in meditation, that we can enter into a meditative state from the waking state. The sleep and the dream has no role to play. But then why the sleep and the dream comes? Mostly because of the past and the future impressions. So last thing, and then we'll start with that meditation. Going back again, yes, I should tell you that one of the great master, enlightened master, UG Krishnamurti, I spent 3 months with him, and I was totally obsessed with this chakra. So after a week, he changed my name. Baba means baby here in America, Baba. So Baba means a monk. It's a so he started saying me Kundalini Baba. He said, you have to get rid of this obsession. You have to get rid of this feeling. There are a lot of literature, they say that there is a physical evidence of these chakras in the body. But when you read the literature and understand the basic principles, these chakras are present in the energy body. Can you locate the center of the energy in an electric wire that gives you the light? So why we say the centers? Are you listening to me with a focus? Your consciousness is centered here. Are you listening to me with love and care? Your center is consciousness moves here. You're highly hyperactive, your center moves there. So it is constantly moving. Center, that consciousness is constantly perceiving different things at every moment. I moved my head, so I just became aware. There is a projection of all of you coming through my mind, falls into my consciousness, and it changes the state. So these centers of the consciousness, these are centers of the consciousness. The consciousness has no physical entity. And if it is a physical, it is a center of the consciousness, or it is made up of the consciousness, then there is no physical entity at all. And we try to push ourselves, we try to correlate it with, 90% doc is here. Doctor is here. She's 90% doc. Yeah? Huh? 100%. Oh, thank you. 100%. She's a wonderful nurse. So that's so what happens? We try to correlate it with the plexus, the nerve plexus. And we then try to correlate the nerve with the nari in our tradition. Nari means energy pathways. It is no physical entity. And nerves is something physical. When we talk about it, nerves, neurons, cells, So last thing, again, I'll repeat, and then we'll start with the practice. Why we should understand this part. The science always finds the reason in the matter. It wants to know about the mind. It will say, okay, let me see where the mind is here, in the frontal, in the thalamus, in the back, in the right, and the left. Our tradition says that the mind is a mental consciousness. Mind is a mental. The moment you are aware of the body, mind is everywhere in the body. I'm aware of you, mind is here. It has no physical entity at all. Yes, there is a relationship between the mind and the brain. And if you clear the mind, move the mind inside, that fires the brain, and ultimately we move into a meditative state. So let us first 5 or 7 minutes we'll be doing while sitting, and after that we will lie down. So first we will release this energy from the unconsciousness. So close your eyes, and bring your, you see that this is the best way. Bring your right hand, the middle two finger, on the both the sides of the nostril. So once you gently, do not twist, don't break this. That's why I say disclaimer. So gently close the right nostril, focus deep inside the forehead, and start breathing long and the hissing breath through the left nostril. Very good. Long in the hissing breath through the left. Yes, through the left. Yes, continue, my friend. We'll be doing for a minute. And let us see how simple it is and how deeper you can go. Provided you keep your mind clear. Don't create any image about the chakra. Don't project. Continue long in the hissing breath. Long in the hissing breath, please. First it goes into the belly, then into the chest, comes out from the belly, from the chest. Please continue. Continue long in the hissing breath. Long in the hissing breath. Long in the hissing breath. And with the two middle two fingers, gently close the left nostril and start breathing long in the hissing through the right nostril. What is very important, the body should remain still. Eyes should remain closed. And continue. Continue long in the hissing. Please continue long in the hissing breath. Long in the hissing breath. While it is long, you are inhaling into the belly, into the chest, up to the collarbone. Then you breathe out from the belly, from the chest, from the collarbone. Please continue. Continue. Long and hissing breath. Long and hissing breath. And bring the hands down, lie down on your back. If you feel like lying down, eyes remain closed, be comfortable. Or if you can do it while sitting, it is good. Whatever is more comfortable to you, follow that. What is very important? The important thing is that you are seated in an asana. What is asana? Happy and steady position of the body. Are you happy in this position? If you're not happy while sitting, be happy while lying down, but maintain your awareness in a waking state. That is important. How again we adjust. You look at the neck joint and align and adjust. If you feel you are at unease with your neck joint, shoulder joints, feel sensation and awareness You're giving conscious experience to the mind by being seated in a steady and comfortable and happy posture. Do you know that being seated comfortably in a steady and a happy posture is the greatest posture that you can do instead of walking on your hands and doing the headstand? No. Move the mind on the hip joints, sensation and awareness. The mind goes to the knee joints, feel the sensation and awareness. Move the mind on the ankle joints, feel the sensation and become aware. So now you see that the second step is done. First step, we release the energy from the unconscious mind. Pick up the point when I use that phrase. You release the energy from the unconscious mind so that that circular movement of the mind will break up. It needs an energy. In the second step, we help the mind to withdraw itself from the body. Third step, in the third step, we induce the deeper state of relaxation. But why we do that? When you are relaxed, you are more aware. You raise your awareness. But why? When you raise your awareness, you can bypass the wheel of the three consciousness: the sleep, dream, and the waking state. And what we have to do for relaxation? Start breathing deep, silent, and slow. First into the belly. Don't start breathing one breath, should be, gradually. First you inhale into the belly, then into the rib cage. You exhale from the belly, from the rib cage. The second breath is little deeper. Belly, chest. Breathe out. Third breath is still deeper. Deep. Now see, we are engaging the conscious mind in the field of awareness. On one hand, on the second hand, our breath is deep, silent, and slow. Second point. Third point, when you inhale, you feel the belly is coming out. It gives you a conscious experience. Where it goes, it has to fire the brain. It is your conscious experience. You're doing it with conscious awareness. Then it expands your ribs. Again, you feel that sensation. And breathing out, breathing in. Continue. It is deep, silent, and slow breath. But you have a conscious experience of the sensation, of the movement of the belly and the rib cage in the state of stillness in the body. Look at it, how we are bringing a lot of things together: the body, the breath, the mind, awareness, stillness. That brings the change. What we do? We are talking, we are looking at the smartphone, looking at the text messages, and then we are doing the practice. Your attention is already outside. How it is going to help. Then you come and say that, yes, I'm doing the deep silent slow breathing for the last 6 months without any effect. The goal is to break that vicious cycle of the mind, which is creating a veil and prevents us to go within. This is another way. Now, simple. Breath is going in into the belly. Keep your focus inside the belly. The breath goes in. You're looking at the belly button. When the breath comes out, the moment the breath starts coming out, you have to chant the longer one. Ra. After that, you have to wait. You have not to do it faster. Again, you inhale deeply into the belly and the chest, the same time. Ra. Let us start. Ra. So again, the breath is going deeper into the belly and the chest. Ra. Focus is still there inside the belly. Ra. You take time to inhale the same time and then continue. Keep the body still. Now focus inside the center of the rib cage. Continue to inhale in the same way, and while breathing out, yum. It is yum, not om. Yum. Yum. Keep looking inside the center of the chest. Yeah. 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 The breath is still deeper. Look inside the forehead. Hum. It is hum. Hum. Continue. In today's practice, we are using these mantras to break this vicious cycle of the mind. The practice is different. We are not focusing on the meaning of the mantra. Continue. Hum. 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 Continue. You are aware of the stillness in the body. You are aware that you are living within, your mind is within. You're looking inside the forehead, and in that state, there is a deep silence and slow breath. And stop it. Even stop the deep silence, slow breath. Maintain your awareness of the sensation and the stillness in the body. The body may experience a little deeper. It may be freezing, numbness, tingling, provided you're fully aware of the steadiness and the stillness in the posture. That is the key element. And then the breath is normal. The way it is going in and out, you have not to change it. Understand what we are doing in the next 3 steps. Since birth until death, everything changes. Body grows, it becomes sick and healthy. The mind becomes crazy and peaceful. We have emotional turmoil in our life. One thing that never changes, the breath. And that is an indication, a pointer to the center of the wheel that we discussed. That there is something there. You're sleeping, breath continues. Dreaming, breath continues. You fight, continues. Any activity, eating, continues. That is the breath that never changes. The moment the breath goes in, you watch the breath moving in, and the moment the breath comes out, as we talk naturally, you talk as if you're talking with the same 3 mantras. That may help us to awaken to that center. The breath is going in normal. Breath comes out, Ram. Breath comes out, Ram. And when it goes in, you become aware of that part. So there is a little space, and then every time the breath comes out, Ram, Ram, start. Don't control the breath. As if it is coming out naturally. But there is a space between. And this time our focus will automatically happen. And if that happens, we are there. Ram, Ram, casually, every exhalation. It needs lot of practices, lot of practices. The mind is still overpowering the breath. Let the breath flow. No long, no short. The moment the breath comes out, Ram, 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 Ram. I'm aware of the breath going in. I'm aware of the breath going in. And now, Yam, look at it, which one you are comfortable with. Breath comes out, Yam. You see that, yes, Yam seems to be very natural to you all. Continue. Yam, 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 Yam. But you're aware of the space when the breath goes in. Yam, 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 and now hum, 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 casually, hum, 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 in the state of the sensation and the stillness in the body. Continue with that. Hum, 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 hum. I could see in this group the yum was better when you chanted correctly. Hum, 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 and stop this. Now the last one, where you can easily enter into the higher state. Pick up any one of the three sounds that you feel you're comfortable with it, and do it mentally every time the breath comes out. And you can instantly correlate the sound you chanted before in the last three steps. And you will realize that still the mind was dominating, dictating over the breath. So when that domination drops down, the cycle of the mind breaks in, and you are in meditation. So what we are doing for the sake of the doing, look at it. You are in the state of the sensation and the stillness in the body. The breath is normal. And when the breath goes in, you are watching. No change. When the breath comes out, you're saying either rum, yum, or hum. Any one of the three. Or all the three. One after the other. In one breath, you can say yum, rum, or pick up the one. So when you're doing it regularly for about a week, these sounds will take your attention to a particular center of the consciousness. And there you will come to know, yes, I'm here today. Simple practice. We'll go for a little higher practice next week, but continue in that state. A lot of things happens. You're able to keep your mind within. there's a conscious awareness that is maintained. And the mind is consciously living within. And do nothing now. Just remain as you are. In the state of do nothing. I've been always explaining doing nothing is a state of awareness of a conscious experience. And now take a deep breath into the belly and the chest. Breathing out. Now the second breath. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Again, one more breath. Wonderful. Breathe in again before saying Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. One more time. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Bring your mind on the right palm, on the left palm. Raise both your palms, place it in your eyes. Open the eyes inside, bring the hands down, know your experiences. And how are you? Yes, how are you?
Me, I'm good.
Good? Feel good?
Yeah.
Calm?
Yes.
Very good. How are you, Rodney?
I'm very well. Like the mantra was like eating up my thoughts. I feel like it was digging a hole deep into my consciousness.
It was vibrating deep inside. That's wonderful.
Relax.
Relax, calm. Marina, how are you?
Really great. I feel like that was the first time I was able to stay conscious the whole time and not really feel myself slipping into unconscious.
Yes,
And the
yes.
mantra's really helpful.
Mantra is helping. Yes, both. Come inside. Sometimes the mantra helps, sometimes the breath helps. That's why I always use these steps into the practices. That's wonderful. How are you? Good.
I'm feeling like white color and
White color.
sun rises.
Sunrise. They are symbolic expression of a deeper state of meditation. She has been doing for years and years together now. That's good. And Eliana, how are you?
I'm falling asleep.
It's okay. You came, after many months. So one has to be regular. We don't forget to sleep, we don't forget to eat, we forget to meditate. So one has to be regular. So how are you, sir?
Just okay.
Just okay? So Samir, I can't hear you. So you have to open it if you want to. So in the meantime, when you open it, so you can share your experiences. Next time, what we are going to do, that is from this text. The text says this meditation helps one to awaken to macro and micro aspects of life and universe. That is the teaching from the Upanishad. So we will see that how we can pick up some of the practices, we can change those steps and can help the mind to go deeper within to reveal the micro and the macro aspects of the universe. We are already aware of the universe. We have to be aware of ourselves. We are aware of a lot of things outside. That makes us crazy. So we'll see that how we can make ourselves aware of the deeper layers of the mind, and that will purify our mind. Thank you very much. So you have to join me in the next session. You're
Second
there?
link, sir.
Yes.
दूसरा link.
What is your experience?
Fine, sir. Absolutely fine, but little feeling sleepy. मतलब नींद आ रही थी, but I was doing it.
Sleep is the greatest meditation. Don't worry, you are in sleep.